Hello everyone, children. We are going to have class 12 biobotany chapter 2 classical genetics. In this chapter we are going to discuss about gene interaction. See children, what is gene interaction? We have to know. See, a single phenotype is controlled by more than one set of genes, each of which has two or more alleles. Before going into the topic, we have to know about the monohybrid cross. As we learn this in the 10th standard syllabus, what is monohybrid cross? Children, we can have two characters have been involved and crossed, and we can get the F1 hybrid as what? Tall. Is it not? The tall is a pair, one of the homozygous pair which crossed with the another dwarf, that is another TT, capital T crossed with small t, small t. Thus we got the ratio 3:1. According to the monohybrid, dihybrid and trihybrid crosses, dominancy plays a vital role in the Mendelian genetics. But in the Mendelian genetics, when the dominancy have been cleared, one gene can produce one character. One gene can produce only one character. But post-Mendelian genetics have been existed many viewed. Okay, important view one is gene interaction. So gene interaction, what is? A single phenotype is controlled by more than one set of genes. More than one set of genes. As you know, the genes are present in the chromosome in a linear order. In a linear order, one below the other. In every chromosome we have genes in a linear order, and thus they can be located and they interact, and thus the interaction is called what? Interaction. The gene interaction. The gene and interaction, according to Mendel, have been divided into two types. What are they? Intralocus and interlocus. First of all, we have to know what is locus. The place where the gene has been present in the chromosome is referred as loci. Locus plural, loci singular. Okay. See, intralocus, in between the genes the interaction occurs, means that is intralocus. The genes with a varied alleles, the interaction occur, means that is called intralocus. The intralocus is also called as allelic interaction, whereas the interlocus is also called as non-allelic interaction. Children, allelic interaction may be again transferred into dominant relationship. The dominant relationship is very clear in the case of monohybrid cross, as we got the ratio, phenotypic ratio 3:1, and the genotypic ratio 1:2:1. And here it has been cleared with the four views, and that is complete dominance, incomplete dominance, codominant, overdominant. For the complete dominance, the law of dominance according to Mendel view, the dominancy plays a vital role where the capital T, which are prolonged in a prolonged generation, F1 generation, F2 generation, F3 and all, they give only the dominancy to express as a phenotypic character. Okay, that is tall crossed with the dwarf, they will get only the dwarf as their offspring. Thus it reveals what? Dominancy plays a vital role for producing the phenotype of the individual. And here the incomplete dominance, codominance, overdominant based the Mendelian genetics. According to Mendelian genetics, the allelic interaction would be so. Children, as I said before, the gene interaction have been classified into two types: allelic interaction, non-allelic interaction. As you know, what is allele? See, capital T. One is gene, another one is gene. Gene always exists in pairs. Okay, they are called as allele. Okay, the allelic interaction have been divided into three headings. That is dominant relationship. Second one, lethal gene, and third one, multiple alleles. See, dominant relationship, that the complete dominance, that the tall and the dwarf relationship, the F1 hybrid will get only the tall. The second incomplete dominant, third codominant, the fourth one overdominant. And the next topic, that is lethal genes. The lethal genes, lethal, they get die, they can enter into the loss of the individual even. Okay, see, they are divided into dominant lethal, recessive lethal, conditional lethal, sex linked lethal, and balanced lethal. These are the views given by the Mendel. Okay, so these are all called Mendelian genetics. And the third topic is multiple alleles. Multiple alleles is the skin color of the human being is a very best example for it. And apart from that, non-allelic interaction. The non-allelic interaction is divided into two types: epistatic or non-epistatic. Say epistatic, epic, static. Static, one of the gene is static, and above that the interaction would be occur. And the epistatic is also other one is non-epistatic. Here next one is additive or a polygenic interaction. These are the various interactions governed by the Mendelian genetics. And post-Mendelian genetics have given many importance to phenotypes. One character is given by one gene. One gene produces one character. That is the view of Mendel genetics. Whereas post-Mendelian characters, that is the extension of the Mendelian genetics, okay, which is extended and given, explained by W. Bateson. W. Bateson, who is a genetist, and we explain one character and many genes are involved. If many character, one gene may be involved. There are many interaction in the gene have been placed with, and he put on all these source character in a factor hypothesis. See, according to W. Bateson factor hypothesis, the gene interaction have been divided into two defined types. What are they? Intrageneric gene interaction, other one is intergeneric gene interaction. See, according to Bateson factor hypothesis, the gene interaction means the action between the genes have been divided into two major types. That is intrageneric interaction, another one is intergeneric interaction. That we'll see now. See children, according to the Mendel view, the Mendel experiment proved that a single gene controls one character. See, every character has been controlled by a gene. So, the tall character, the capital T in the case of monohybrid cross, one gene controls the expression of the phenotypic trait. That is, T is very enough for the formation of the tall. And Mendelian experiment proved that single gene controls one character, but in the post-Mendelian findings, see, various aspects, various exception, that is a very important view. See, various exception have been noticed. Children, now we'll see the first gene interaction, that is incomplete dominance. What do you mean by incomplete dominance? See, the dominance is not complete there. See, no blending of gene. The blending of gene is not occurring. See, only segregation of the genes occur, but no blending occurs in between the genes. It will be explained by German botanist Carl Kohn. Okay, German botanist Carl Kohn in the year 1905. Okay, Carl Kohn in the year 1905 have been given an experiment in the 4 o'clock plant. The 4 o'clock plant, have you what that is a magenta color long tubular flower, it yield. It is also called as Mirabilis jalapa. Mirabilis, the botanical name for the 4 o'clock plant is Mirabilis jalapa, in which the incomplete dominance is very clear and explained. Here I have viewed about the incomplete dominance. Children, one of the parent is bearing red color flower is crossed with the white color flower. See, what is the red color flower? They are having the R1, the homozygous parent R1 which yield the color red color, whereas the homozygous parent, another homozygous recessive parent, that is R2 and R2 which yield the white color flower. Both the homozygous parent are crossed together, okay, are crossed together. In the F1 generation, we get what? R1 and R2, which is an heterozygote which yield the color pink. This is very, very, very important. So in the case of incomplete dominance, the dominancy is not completed. The dominancy failed to complete. So what happened here? When a cross between a parent, the red color flower with the white color flower, R1 crossed with the R2 R2, what is the F1 hybrid we got? That is either of the parent, that is it may get red color flower or white color flower. But what is the yield we had in the F1 generation? That is pink color. So no blending of genes it occur here. So heterozygote parent do not possess what? Either of the parent. One of the dominant parent is absent here. It is not present in the F1 generation. Thus we can put the name income. The dominancy is not completed here. So it is incomplete. So here in the F2 generation, R1, R2 selfed. Okay. So what is the male? See the male and the female we kept what? See Punnett square we had 4 blocks, 4 squares. See R1, R2, that is a gametes we had. So R1 and R2, the R1 crossed with the R1, what we get? See this is the red color flower. This is the red color flower. Whereas the R1 and the R2 will joined, will inherited. What happened? Pink color would be formed. And here again we can get another pink color. See lastly white color. See, no occurrence of the red and the white together. What happened? Here no blending of the gene occur. No blending of the gene occur. The red color would be formed with the help of a enzyme present in the R1 gene. Okay, the red color would be formed. Later on what happened? There is enough pigment if present, they form a pink color. Whereas the R2 gene will produce a white color in the flower. Okay, so what happened? The genotypic ratio 1:2, 2:1 we have. The phenotypic ratio also what? 1:2, 2:1. R1 is to R1, R2 is to R2, R2. Children, again I am repeating the incomplete dominant, the dominancy is not completed. That's why we yield in the F1 generation what? Pink color. The coloration of the pink denotes that either of the parent shows or either of the dominance, either the parent shows that dominancy into it. Thus it produces a separate color, pink color. So this is called the incomplete dominant. And again I am saying, see, this is one type of a dominancy where very clearly given by Bateson. And what happened? Here 1:2, 2:1 ratio we got. See, 2 heterozygote will form without the blending of the characters. Thus, it undergo the Mendelian law of segregation as they separated as a gamete, but they do not blending with one another, and thus they produce the what? 1:2, 2:1 ratio at the end. Thank you, children.